What's up, YouTube fam? We're actually a solid fam now. In the last week, we've grown up to more than 3,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? Today, I am serving this blue makeup look. I was scrolling through my IG and I found this post of Bella Hadid when they were doing this very like editorial look on her, and I was like, I need to do that. So here I am. It's, as I said, not very wearable maybe for most people. I mean, for me it is. I would definitely go out like this, but you know, I'm just on another level of crazy. For this, I purchased a new palette, a Makeup Revolution palette. I've never tried anything from them, so I was very curious to see if a very affordable palette like this could do its job. Now, this is not a palette review. I only used basically, I think, 2 shades in here, but it's gorge. It's so pretty. And the 2 shades that I used were, I was very impressed, very, very impressed. Just to be very clear, I'm solely recreating the makeup. I'm not showing you how to like get her facial features with makeup, if that's even possible. I don't think it is. So there will be no shaving off eyebrow ends or like contouring half your face away.
Lol.
There are plenty of tutorials for that out there. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Natasha and I am, like you, just a big beauty fanatic. And you know, my goal with my channels is to create spaces where we have a realistic and true and fun approach to beauty. So if that sounds like something that you appreciate, you're welcome to subscribe. You're welcome. You're welcome. Join us, join the fam. Also, as usual, remember, I'm a small channel. All the engagement is very much appreciated. Good for you to know. Now, let's get in to the look. Okay, hands. Okay, let's get started. I'm just quickly going to prime my eyes with some Bye Bye Under Eye from It Cosmetics. One thing to keep in mind when you're priming your eyes for this look is that the shadow goes all the way from the inner corners, all the way out, and all the way up to the brows and also under the eye. So make sure to cover a big area with your primer. Since this concealer that I'm using is a very like glowy, dewy concealer, I'm going to set it with one of the shadows in the palette. I will go in with Frostbite, which is the kind of a little bit lighter than my skin tone. I'm just gonna grab a fluffy brush and quickly just go over that concealer. So for the actual blue of the look, we're gonna go in with Arctic. Oh, I just f***ed up Icy real bad with my fingernail. Anyways, I'm gonna go in with Arctic, and I'm just gonna grab this side of the brush, which is a kind of flat brush that is good to pack on color with. So I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna cover the entire lid. The shape of this eyeshadow is very almondy, so I'm just gonna be careful not to pull it up too much, you know, on the outer corner of my eye, because I don't want to make it catty. I want it to be kind of like just horizontal. I'm gonna go kind of far in and then over my crease all the way to the outside, and I'm just gonna go in and pack on a bit more color. What's nice with this look is that it's quite undone. You know, it's not supposed to be perfect, so the blending won't be perfect. That's not the idea of it. So I'm not gonna go in with like any transition colors because I want it to be quite raw and not perfect. That's what I want. Okay, and then she has quite a lot on her under eye too, so I'm gonna just start packing on color, and the shadow goes all around the eye. Now I'm gonna start blending with the fluffy side and just be very delicate. Don't apply too much pressure. And make sure that you blend quite a lot. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you look at her eyes, there are no edges. So especially in the outer corner, you want it to be very blended. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit more just to intensify. I'm also gonna bring it up a bit more. I want it higher. I want the blue to be very close to the eyebrow. Once again, just blending very lightly and making sure that that outer edge is blended too. I do want to, however, darken it a little bit, and I don't feel like I have a darker color in this palette than this one. So I'm gonna actually go in with a black. Okay, this could work. It's just that, you know, this black is making it almost a navy blue, and that's not really what is going on her lid. It's more of like a greenish blue, but I don't have a dark green, so this will just have to do. And I want that darkness everywhere, so we're not creating a smoky eye. I want the same darkness throughout the whole eye, even in the inner corner. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a little bit of a highlighter just on my brow bone. I have quite a lot of skin right here, so I don't like to pull that highlight too far down. I like to keep it just below my brow bone. So I'm gonna go in with Kohl, which is this frosty white. And I'm gonna just go right along my brow. Now for the fun part of the look is the actual gloss on top of it. Any gloss will do, but anything that has a bit of a highlight in it, you want some shimmer, because it looks like she has a lot of like iridescence going on in her lid. This is the Champagne Rosé Luminizer from RMS. This is my favorite highlighter of all time, so I love this as a highlighter, but it does have iridescence to it, so it will lighten up the look, like it will make it appear lighter, and I don't want that, so I'm going to be very careful with how much I place. And I'm going to start on my lid, just tapping my finger in once and then going over everything. Okay, so just going over it once. Grab a little bit with my little finger and I'm lightly dabbing it on my lower lash line and in my inner corner. There we go. I'm gonna do my other eye really quickly and then I'll be back to do some liner and mascara. Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but when you put the gloss on top, make sure you lightly tap. You don't want to swipe, because swiping will move the product and you want the product to stay put. So rather use less than too much, because too much will make your blue shadow move a lot and crease a lot faster. I mean, it will anyways, and the point of this look is not for it to last very long, and it will crease, but just, you know, to keep it alive as long as possible. Just be careful with how you apply it and how much. Cool. I'm gonna go in with a black Kohl eyeliner in my waterline. This is the Hallberg one in black core. And I'm quickly just gonna line my waterline because I can tell that she has that. Ouch. I'm quickly gonna go in with mascara. I'm gonna use the Glossier Lashslick and just an eyelash curler. So for the eyebrows, I don't want to fill them in. She has very, very thin eyebrows in comparison to mine, not very. And so I'm just gonna run some soap through them. I set my brows with soap. If you don't know what that is, I have a video, I'll link it here. So I'm gonna grab my spoolie, I'm dipping it in some water, and then I rub it in the soap bar and then I just run it through my brows. And I usually try to style them quite upwards because I like a fluffy brow, but since hers are thinner, I'm gonna lay mine downwards more. And what I usually do is I run it through my brows, then I let it sit for a while for it to stiffen up and become a bit waxy. And then,
Lol.
I know it's crazy. And then once it's a bit waxy, I lay them the way I want them. So as I said, I want mine to be as thin as possible. So I'm gonna actually put them in like the direction they're growing. There we go. And as I said, her brows are very light, so I'm not gonna put any color into mine. I think that that's like the nicest eyebrow look for these types of eyeshadows anyways, because the eyeshadow itself is so overpowering. I don't really think I need to add anything to my brow. Cool. I'm gonna jump off, do my base, and then I will be right back. Okay, so that's my base makeup done. If you're interested to know what I did, I have an entire tutorial on this base makeup. I'll link it here. It's a low coverage, a very glowy look. I call this like the sun-kissed or sunburnt look, depending on how you want to phrase it. But the blush and the bronzer go kind of like just across your face, so you have both of them. First bronzer, and then you blend the blush in on top, kind of like a sunburn across your face. And then I also added some of her moles. I use the Glossier Sky Wash in Echo, which is a liquid eyeshadow that dries down to a matte. So I did that with my little angled pointy brush, and I just put out some birthmarks or moles where she has them too. All right, let's do lips. So when I ordered the blue palette, I also ordered a gloss, which I thought would go kind of nice with this look. And so I got the Makeup Revolution Sheer Brilliant Gloss in Vow 120. It's this brownish gloss, and we'll see what it looks like. But I think I'm gonna add some red to it because she's got a little bit of like a brownish red gloss on her lip. And I would say be very generous with the gloss. She has a lot of gloss on, and it looks like they also slightly overlined her lips with the gloss. This actually goes very nice with this blue, but I do want to add some red into it. So I'm going to use the Armis Lip Shine in Content. It's this dark red. I'm just going to dip my finger in and dip it on my lips. Yes. There we go. Now it is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna try to style my hair as hers, just to do the full thing. And then how about that? I mean, do I look like Bella Hadid yet? Girl, I'm reaching. That was it for today's look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this fun or helpful or both. Anyways, see you in the next one. That was such a fake kiss.